Preparing for Java questions for a software engineering interview is important for demonstrating your Java knowledge, handling technical discussions, having confidence during the interview, and differentiating yourself.
What is Java? Java is an object-oriented programming language. It has been a popular choice among developers for over 2 decades, with millions of Java applications in use today. It is written in Java, C++, C, and assembly language. It is a multi-platform language that can run on Microsoft Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. The main features of Java include platform independence, object-oriented programming, automatic memory management, multi-threading, and exception handling. What are the 4 pillars of OOP? The 4 pillars of OOP are abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Abstraction enables hiding certain details and showing only essential information. We can achieve abstraction by either abstract classes or interfaces. Inheritance makes the OOP code more modular, easier to reuse, and builds a relationship between classes. Encapsulation enables hiding a class's private details from other objects. Polymorphism can allow us to use a common operation in different ways, in other words, calling the same method on different objects at runtime. What is the difference between a class and an object? A class is a blueprint or template for creating objects. It defines variables and methods. On the other hand, an object is an instance of a class. What is the difference between JDK, JRE, and JVM? JDK, which is Java Development Kit, is a software development kit that provides the tools required to develop and compile Java applications. JRE, which is Java Runtime Environment, is an environment that provides the necessary runtime libraries to execute Java programs. JVM, which is Java Virtual Machine, is an abstract machine that executes Java bytecode. JDK also includes JRE. On the other hand, JRE is a standalone library needed to run Java programs. JVM is a process. The running Java process is called JVM. What is the difference between a static method and an instance method? An instance method belongs to an instance of the class and can only be called on objects of that class. A static method belongs to the class itself. We call a static method by preceding it with the class name and using dot notation. Instance methods rely on each object's specific data, while static methods must not rely on data from a specific object. What is method overloading? Method overloading refers to defining multiple methods with the same name but different parameters within the same class. The overloaded methods must have different parameter lists. The overloaded methods differ in the number of parameters, their types, or the order of parameters. What is method overriding? Method overriding occurs when a subclass provides a different implementation of a method that is already defined in its superclass. The methods in the superclass and subclass must have the same name, return type, and parameter list. An overriding method can also return a subtype of the type returned by the overridden method. When overriding a method, you should use the @override annotation that instructs the compiler that you intend to override a method in the superclass. What is encapsulation in Java? Encapsulation is a mechanism that binds the data and methods together as a single unit. Encapsulation enables hiding class variables from other classes, and variables can only be accessed by the methods of the class in which they are found. What is the difference between equals and equals? The equals operator compares the references of 2 objects to determine if they are the same, while the equals method compares the contents or values of 2 objects to check for equality. What is the difference between a constructor and a method? A constructor is a special method that is used to initialize objects and has the same name as the class. It is automatically called when an object is created. A method, on the other hand, is a block of code that performs a specific task and can be called on objects. What are access modifiers in Java? Access modifiers control the visibility and accessibility of Java classes, variables, methods, and constructors. In Java, the access modifiers are public, protected, private, and the default. When no access modifier is used, it means the access modifier is the default. The public access modifier allows access to everyone, while the private access modifier hides it completely. No one can access it except the class itself. The protected access specifier allows access to classes or interfaces within the same package or to the subclasses. On the other hand, the default is a package-level access specifier that allows access to other classes and interfaces present only in the same package. What is the use of the final keyword in Java? The final keyword is used to indicate that a variable, method, or class cannot be changed or overridden. For example, a final variable cannot be reassigned to any other value, a final method cannot be overridden, and a final class cannot be subclassed. What is the use of the static keyword in Java? The static keyword is used to define variables, methods, and nested classes that belong to the member belonging to a type itself, rather than to an instance of that type. This means only one instance of that static member is shared across all instances of the class. Static members can be accessed directly using the class name without creating an object of the class. What is the difference between checked and unchecked exceptions? Checked exceptions are checked at compile time. The checked exceptions must be handled or declared using the throws keyword. Unchecked exceptions, also known as runtime exceptions, are not checked at compile time and do not require explicit handling or declaration. In brief, a checked exception is caught at compile time, whereas a runtime or unchecked exception is, as it states, at runtime. What is the difference between string buffer and string builder? String buffer and string builder are both used to manipulate strings, but string buffer is synchronized. It is thread safe. What it means is that two threads can't call the methods of string buffer simultaneously. String builder is non-synchronized. It means that two threads can call the methods of string builder simultaneously. It is not thread safe. String builder is more efficient in a single-threaded environment.